Dobry din. Меня зовут Johnny Scoville. And this is Chase the Heat. A little bit of Russian for you there. All the way from Russia, from Napalm Farm. Khwai Thanu. That's how you say it, man. Pretty labeled, huh? Dig the labels, man. I love the skull, man. I'm a skull dude. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright, so gonna review this sauce. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about some crazy flights in Russia. I want to preface it by telling you these flights happened a long time ago, pre 9/11. So I'm sure things have changed a lot. Okay, so Khwai Thanu. This is a funky sauce, man. I selected this. I have a bunch of them. I selected this one because of the funky nature of it. You'll know what I mean in a minute. Listen to this. Fermented hot peppers. So it's going to have the funky fermented thing going on, which is cayenne. It's got cayenne, bird's eye, and buchalokia. It's got beets, garlic. It's got fish sauce. Add a little funk to it. Cane sugar, white wine, vinegar, and salt. We have a sauce that I'm not going to Chase the Heat makes, and it's got fish sauce in it, and it's got this great funk to it, and so I'm excited. This is, you know, fermented fish sauce. This could be really, really neat. All right, so we'll open this up, and I'll tell you the rest, or some more. Listen, if you travel, back in the day when I traveled in Russia, if you traveled in Russia back in the day, man, you were going to have a story to tell. It's just the way it is. It was pretty crazy. All right. Jeez. And I won't be tainting this, obviously. Oh, well. I can't get the top of the plastic off the top. That's all right. It's my issue, not them issue. All right. It's got a... Someone made a comment that I use my built-in pliers to remove the non-essential flow restrictor. That's a great comment. All right. It's got that. I can smell the fermentation of the sauce. I can smell the funkiness of the fish sauce. This had such a great aroma. Oh. Still can't get it off. Eureka. All right, here's the viscosity of it. It does have an amazing aroma. Oh. I can't really, certainly adding the fermented peppers, all right? Garlic a little bit. Certainly pick up the funkiness from the fish sauce. That's about it for aroma. Boy, the aroma is so nice. Man, my mouth is watering. All right, so here comes the pour of Khwai Thanu. Man. You know what I'm doing, right? Yeah, you saw that in the thumbnail. All right, so here's the pour, people. Beautiful color. It really has a great aroma. All right, guys, from Russia, Napalm Farm, Khwai Thanu. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Very much my kind of sauce. Oh, man. You know who'd love this? I'm going to bring this in today and let College Boy try it. He really loves the funkiness that we have in one of our sauces. I just know him. He would love this. We have a little more. Mmm. Perfect salt. Great sauce. This week's so good on anything Asian. Lovely sauce. Heat on this, if you're not a chili head, be pretty warm. One of us on the bus, maybe a 4 or 5. Medium heat. Super tasty. Khwai Thanu. So listen, last time I was talking about one of the flights, same flight. I told the story where getting on the plane, the dude that was storing all the luggage in the belly of the plane shuts the luggage compartment, locks it, climbs up, and hooks the left and goes into the cockpit. He was the pilot. All right, so it's a long time ago. So, but I'm telling you, everything I'm telling you in this story, my hand to God is the truth. So I have witnesses that can corroborate all of this. It was nuts. So the guy I'm with is a guy named John, and he says to me, forget about your, I'm looking at my ticket, he goes, forget about your seat assignment. This is Airfly. Get on there, get a seat. Just grab a seat. I'm like, I have a seat. He goes, forget that. None of that matters when you get on this plane. None of those seat assignments matter. Just get on the plane, take a seat. I said, I'll follow your lead. So we get on the plane and immediately sit down. First seat we come to. It's a small plane, 2 rows, and aisle in the middle. I took the window seat. I don't like the window seat. Short flight. It was 4 hours, I think, 4 or 5 hours from Moscow to Siberia, Omsk. All right? We just landed. I just came off of a beautiful flight. I think it was Lufthansa. We flew from Germany. I couldn't remember the flight, the airline, the previous one, but we flew from Lufthansa from Frankfurt to Moscow. Beautiful flight. Food, everything. We get there. We go out. We get on this Airfly. So I sit down. We're already sitting, right? Didn't grab my seat belt right away. We're sitting down, and after a while, we get the pilot, says a few things in Russian. I don't understand Russian really. So I now have a knowledge of a lot of words in Russia. I have a difficult time with tenses, like yes, past tense, future. Really trouble with that. But I know a lot of words. I used to know a lot of words. At any rate, we sit down. I go to grab my seatbelt, and it's frayed. It's like a male and a female end. I got the male end here, and the female end is frayed, just frayed. It's a frayed canvas cord belt, strap. And he looks at it and he goes, square knot. You want to use a square knot there. So I tied a square knot in the seatbelt. So we're going up and we're flying up. We take off. All right. Now flying to Russia, flying to Moscow from Siberia. This is how it was. I don't know how it is now, but this is how it was. They never flew higher than 10,000 feet. Was the highest the plane would get because they didn't use radar. They visually followed the railroad tracks to Siberia. So they bring a meal to us, but it's 4 hours. It's wintertime. It's freezing. The side, I got this, the side of my, on the plane against my leg is freezing cold. After about a couple hours on the plane, I realized my leg is freezing. So I look down and there's ice building up on the inside of the plane. So I take my keys to my car keys. I'm chipping the ice away. It's this thick, chip like you're doing a freezer, and ice is falling on the floor of the airplane. So they come by with a meal, and this, I swear to you, this is what the meal was: a little tray. We sit down, and it had a piece of goat cheese, a little block of goat cheese. Had a half a cucumber. Now the cucumber wasn't peeled; it was just half a cucumber, and a chicken leg. Now the chicken leg was cooked, but sort of. It was a little raw in some places, and close to the bone, it was a drumstick, not a chicken wing. Excuse me, it was a drumstick. And this is the meaty part. And the drumstick part, there were feathers right here, and a roll. So I broke the roll open. I ate the cheese and the roll. I couldn't eat the rest of it, man. But that was a real flight. I'll tell you the rest of that. I have a bunch of sauces. When I tell you how that plane landed, some of you will believe me, some of you may not. If you ever flown into Omsk back in the early 90s, if you ever flew into Omsk airport in Siberia in the early 90s, you will know that what I'm telling you is the truth because you can see it. Anyhow, we're going to wrap it up. Great sauce. In the description box, you will see a link for Napalm Farm. I would encourage you to try it. There's some great sauces. It's worth, this one in particular is really up my alley. I love it. By the way, people, guess what? It's Friday. Yes, it is. It's going to be a great weekend, so let's rock it. Now, I'm not going to say it. We're going to try to do a video You know, me and College Boy did one yesterday. Big Al wasn't there. He was working, but he wasn't there. He was doing something. So we're going to try to do one today. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a great weekend. Let's make it that way. I love you guys. In the description box, Napalm Farm. Check them out. Right there's the pepper. Click the pepper when you're on the bus. I am just your driver. Very, very happy to be your driver. If you don't want to miss a video because this is your sort of content, then click the bell for notification. You're going to see a drop box. Kind of flip down, select all. But man, if this is really your sort of deal, then you better come here every day. You're on YouTube anyway. Just type in CHA and it'll finish it for you. Come and see us because YouTube doesn't send out notifications. They rarely send out notifications. It's gotten to the point where they rarely send out notifications. It's getting bad. Right there is League of Fire. More vidges there. Hey, I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.